our names in dust upon the barnyard door, sang our favorite songs across the old road. Summer nights were endless and the future felt so wild. We never thought that time would take us to opposite sides. Photographs are fading in a box beneath a bed, letters full of dreams we never finished reading spread. Some roads turned to highways, others disappeared, and somewhere in the distance all the noise grew clear. We don't see the chapter ending till the page is already turned, and only then we notice all the lessons that we learned. These are the stories we leave behind, written in the laughter and the tears we try to hide, carved into the echoes of the moments intertwined, lingering like shadows in the corners of the mind. We can't take every memory when we cross that line. So we trust the story we leave behind. I hear the porch swing creaking in the early dawn, like it's keeping record of the days that have gone on. Neighbors come and go, but the earth still turns the same, holding every footprint in the afterglow of rain. Time can feel like stealing, but it's given to, trading what we thought we wanted for a clearer view. These are the stories we leave behind, soft as fading candlelight, gentle on the mind. They travel like the swallow to the places undefined, finding hearts that need them when they're running out of time. We don't choose how long they stay or how they're redefined. We just live the story we leave behind. Maybe someday someone will hum a tune we knew and feel a sudden warmth without knowing why it grew. Maybe they'll find courage in a sentence that we spoke, or comfort in the echo of a promise never broke. Every life's a lantern that flickers, then it glows. So here's to all the chapters that never were complete, to every quiet failure that made our hearts beat. When all the noise is over and the world grows kind, we become the stories we leave behind. The fire turns to ashes, the sky begins to clear, but the stories live forever The gravel road still leads past the broken wooden gate, where mornings smell like biscuits and the screen door never stayed. Grandpa's chair is empty, but it creaks like he's still there, watching over everything with quiet country care. The fields once filled with laughter now are whispering with corn. The barn that held our secrets stands tired and weather-worn. We used to chase the lightning bugs until the night grew bold, believing every summer, man, we never grow old. But time can be a stranger you don't see passing by, until you catch your reflection in a window and wonder why. They're only shadows of the old days flickering on the wall, memories like lanterns that rise and softly fall. They can't be touched or carried, they don't belong to now, but they live inside the heart somehow. Yeah, they're shadows, shadows of the old days. I wall on the fence line where we carved our clumsy names. Half the letters faded, but the meaning stays the same. The creek still sings a melody beneath the leaning trees. And somewhere in the distance I can hear us in the breeze. The past becomes a story we tell ourselves at night, a comfort and a warning wrapped inside the light. Just shadows of the old days dancing in the dusk, tasting like the sweetness of forgotten trust. They haunt us when we're weary, they hold us when we're brave, guiding like the paths we never paved. Maybe every echo has a truth we left behind, a gentle little lesson carved into the mind. And even when we wander farther than we planned, those shadows keep reminding us exactly who we are. I close my eyes and I'm a child again. Shadows of the old days fading with the dawn, still they draw a map for me of where I first belonged. I carry them in silence like a promise I can't say. Let the shadows of the old days light my way. The gate swings slowly backward, the morning feels brand new. Yet all the quiet yesterday keeps shining through. The fire is low and the night is white, starlight lamps hanging high. We trade our stories, slow and kind, about the dreams left behind. The wind knows names we used to say. It carries them so far away. But sitting here, they all feel near, like they never slid from here. All the roads that bent and turned, every lesson softly burned, leads us back to where we started. Not lost, just open-hearted. These are the whispers of the open sky, telling us to live, not just get by. Every mile, every tear we cried, brought us closer to the fire tonight. We don't need answers, we don't need why, just the whisper of the open sky. Ashes glow like memories do, fading slow, but warm and true. We talk of love we couldn't save, and promises we never gave. But here we are, with nothing planned, just borrowed time and borrowed hands. In the quiet, truth feels small, and somehow that explains it all. We chase tomorrow, I'll trend the path, never knowing what would last, till the silence wrapped around us, gentle, deep, and boundless. These are the whispers of the open sky, telling us to live, not just get by. Every mile, every tear we cried, brought us closer to the fire tonight. We don't need answers, we don't need why, just the whispers of the open sky. Maybe someday we'll drift apart, carry this night inside our hearts. But when the world feels loud and wrong, we'll hear this distant quiet song and know we're still the ones we were, just braver now and kinder sure. These are the whispers of the open sky, holding us steady as the hours fly. If tomorrow calls, we'll say goodbye, but tonight let the world pass by. We don't need maps, we don't need signs, just the whispers of the open sky. Fire sinks low, the dawn is near, but somehow everything feels clear. I found a box of papers tucked beneath the bed, words I never mailed, thoughts I never said, pages stained with coffee, corners curled with time, stories from a younger heart, trying hard to draw a line. wrote them in the midnight. Courage felt so small, thinking maybe someday you'd understand it all. These are letters never sent, carried by the wind, holding all the questions that I kept within. Every line was honest, every tear was true, but I was scared of losing what I thought I knew. So I let the ink grow quiet. Letters never sent to you. There's one about the moment I first saw you leave, how silence filled the doorway and I forgot to breathe. Another speaks of promises I didn't understand, trying to be stronger with shaking hands. Somewhere in the margins I wrote what I believed, that love could fix the distance if we just chose to see. These are letters never sent, folded in the dark, keeping all the memories like an ever-burning spark. If words could build a bridge, I'd cross it straight to you. The time has turned those bridges into something new, so I leave them in the shadows. Letters never sent to you. Maybe fate was gentle, not letting them arrive. Maybe we were learning what it means to survive. I whispered to the pages, thank you for the pain, 'cause the heart that wrote those words will never be the same. These are letters never sent, but they set me free, teaching me the parts of love that lived inside of me. I'll keep the lessons close, stitched beneath my skin. Let the past be grateful for where I've been, and tonight I'll let the fire take the letters never sent. The embers slowly flicker, the night begins to bend, and I finally learned that song goodbye don't need to send. The road was made of questions and a map I couldn't read, a suitcase full of promises and half-forgotten dreams. I chased 1,000 sunsets thinking one might make me stay, but every town I wandered through just whispered not today. I tried to build a future out of things that wouldn't last, stacking all my yesterdays like towers from the past. Faces turned to memories and names began to fade, but something in the quiet kept calling out my name. You can walk for miles and never really move until your heart decides what's true. And that's the way home. It isn't on a compass, it isn't on a sign. It lives in softened, the sky began to clear, and every doubt I carried felt a little less like fear. Sometimes the truth is simple, but it waits till you are still. Then it opens like a door you never thought you'd feel. That's the way home. A lantern in the darkness, a whisper through the trees, a memory that comforts like a summer breeze. It doesn't shout or shine like gold, it finds you all alone, and quietly it tells you you've always known. Maybe home's a person, maybe home's a prayer, maybe it's the courage to show up and care. Maybe it's forgiveness for the roads we chose to roam, and learning that the journey was part of coming home. I take a breath, the night feels kind, the stars fall back in line, and now I'm on the way home. Not turning back the pages, just letting them belong, walking with a heart that finally feels strong. If tomorrow brings a storm again, I won't be on my own, because love has found the path for me. And that's the way home. The fire slowly settles, the shadows drift and blend. Sometimes the longest road leads right back to where it all began. The trail is faint and winding through the fields of broken gold. Footprints fade like secrets that the season never told. The wind carries stories from a time we can't recall, names without the faces, shadows on the wall. There's a town with shuttered windows and a church with empty pews. Someone carved a promise that the years refuse to use. The bells don't ring on Sunday, but the silence has a tone, like every dream that wandered off and never found a home. We chase the sound of yesterday through valleys wide and wide, but echoes only answer what we left behind. Echoes in the dust, they whisper when we're walking, they follow when we run, they rise with every sunrise and fade with every sun. You try to hold them steady, but they crumble if you must. They're only echoes, echoes in the dust. A locket on the mantle holds a smile that's out of time, a letter tucked in pages with a half-forgotten rhyme. Someone loved somebody and they swore they'd never part. Now only faded ink remembers what was in their heart. The past is like a canyon carved by years of rain, beautiful and distant, full of joy and pain. Echoes in the dust, calling like a lullaby we somehow learned to trust. They lead us down the highways of memory and rust. They shimmer for a moment, then vanish if we touch, because they're echoes, echoes in the dust. Maybe we are echoes too, drifting through the years, made of fleeting laughter and a handful of tears. Maybe all we're given is the chance to love and try to leave a softer echo when we say goodbye. The night grows still, the fire sinks low. Echoes in the dust, carried by the gentle wind, faithful but unjust. They tell us who we've been, not always who we trust. Yet we keep on listening, because somehow we must. For all our lives are written echoes in the dust. Morning paints the horizon, turning silence into gold. Still the echoes linger in stories yet untold.